Imagine waking up one morning and seeing all of your YouTube channels demonetized, or worse, terminated. Channels that you spent thousands of dollars and hundreds of hours working on. Channels that were paying for your food, your rent, everything else, gone overnight. This is the reality for many content creators every single day. And if you don't want to be one of those people, here's my recommendation. If you're making more than $1,000 per month from your YouTube channel, setting up an LLC and connecting it to your channels might be the smartest thing you ever do in your YouTube career. 95% of creators never think about setting up an LLC until they're already making a solid full-time income. And by then, it's usually because something went wrong. Maybe they got sued or faced multiple fake copyright strikes. As channels grow, stuff like this happens more often than you think. The creators who've been running serious automation businesses for years all have at least one LLC. And it's not because they got big and then protected themselves. It's because they protected themselves that they could get so big in the first place. In this video, I'll walk you through the entire process of setting up an LLC for your YouTube business. I'll also share tips and tricks that are unique to YouTube businesses. Trust me, you don't want to miss that. I'll start by explaining what an LLC actually is, how it can help your YouTube business, and the steps you need to take to set one up. Then I'll walk you through the easiest way to get one set up without hiring a lawyer or paying thousands of dollars in fees. After that, I'll show you how to set up and use one of the best business bank accounts for content creators. It solves the most annoying problems we face on a regular basis. All links are in the description below if you want to follow along. So what is an LLC, and why does it matter for a YouTube channel specifically? An LLC, or limited liability company, is a business structure that creates a legal separation between you and your business. Think of it like a wall between your personal life and your YouTube operation. If your YouTube channels ever get sued, run into debt, or face a legal dispute, your personal assets, such as your savings, your car, and your home, will be protected. Without an LLC, everything you own is on the line. That wall between your personal assets and your business is called the corporate veil. But setting up your LLC is only half the job. The other half is maintaining it properly. Because if you don't, an attorney can find cracks in your LLC and pierce that corporate veil anyway. Things like mixing your personal and business finances, not having a proper operating agreement, and not staying on top of your compliance requirements can all create those cracks. More on that in a minute. Now, let me show you exactly how this plays out on YouTube, because the risks a YouTube channel faces are very unique compared to a traditional business. Risk 1. Copyright claims. Maybe you use a music clip or a 10-second video snippet. You thought it was fine because it was fair use. They didn't agree. Most of the time you're hit with a revenue share, which is annoying, but not a disaster. But sometimes it escalates. Someone files a real lawsuit. If your channel is just you personally, they can come after your personal money to pay for it. An LLC stops that. Risk 2. Contractor disputes. You hire an editor and things quickly go south. They say you owe them $3,000 you don't think you owe. Without an LLC, that dispute is between them and you personally. With an LLC, it's a business matter. A completely different situation legally. Risk 3. Taxes. The IRS treats a regular person and a business owner differently. Once your LLC is set up, and especially later if you elect S corporation status, you can save a serious amount of money on self-employment taxes. We're not going deep on that today, but it's a legitimate reason to do this now rather than later. Risk 4. Platform bans. If Google ever shuts down your AdSense account, having an LLC gives you a proper business entity to appeal and negotiate with. You're not just one person sending emails into the void. You're a company with documentation. And then there's credibility. When you're pitching brand deals, signing up for sponsorship platforms, or bringing on better talent, being an LLC changes how people treat you. You're not just a person with a YouTube channel anymore. You're a business. And businesses get taken more seriously at the negotiating table. Think about it like this. If your sponsor takes you more seriously as an LLC and is willing to pay you 10% more for promotions because of it, you've potentially added thousands of dollars to your income without doing any extra promotions or driving any extra traffic. It's hard to think of a higher return on investment than that. There's also another unique advantage for YouTubers with a US LLC. Since YouTube AdSense is only paid in your local currency, if you create an AdSense account as an LLC, you can start getting your AdSense in US dollars. If you live in a country with an unstable currency or high inflation, getting your YouTube AdSense in US dollars can be a total game changer. Since the US dollar is the strongest and most stable currency in the world, you will sleep better at night knowing your money will hold its value. Now, step 1 is to figure out which state you should form your LLC in. If you're watching from outside the US, like from the UK, Australia, Nigeria, India, or anywhere else, then the most recommended states for non-residents are Wyoming and New Mexico. Wyoming has no state income tax, very low annual fees, and strong privacy laws. Your personal details don't end up in a public database. New Mexico is similar, and it's actually one of the only states that doesn't require you to file an annual report, which means one less thing to maintain every year. For most international viewers, Wyoming is the go-to recommendation. Now, if you are based in the US, it's different. You want to form in the state where you actually live and work. If you live in Texas, form in Texas. If you live in Florida, form in Florida. Don't overthink it. The reason is simple. If you form in Wyoming, but you actually operate in California, California still requires you to register there as a foreign LLC. That means you could end up paying fees in 2 states instead of 1. So long story short, if you're outside the US, form in Wyoming or New Mexico. If you're based in the US, choose your home state. Be careful with this because naming issues are one of the most common reasons LLC filings get rejected. Your LLC name needs to follow a few rules. It must be unique and different from any other existing business name in the state you're registering in. It must include the words Limited Liability Company, either spelled out in full or abbreviated as LLC. And it cannot make it sound like your business is a government agency, a bank, or an insurance company. You can keep it simple. Use your channel name or something broader if you think you might run more than one channel someday. So if your channel is called Tech Simplified, your LLC could be Tech Simplified LLC, or something like Clear Media LLC if you want room to grow. Technically, your LLC name doesn't have to have anything to do with your channel or brand name. You can always set up a DBA, doing business as, and that sits underneath your LLC. So your LLC could simply be your own name, and your YouTube channel operates as a completely separate identity underneath it. This is actually how a lot of YouTubers structure it. If you still want a creative name, you can use ChatGPT for ideas. Step 2 is to appoint a registered agent. A registered agent is the person or company that receives important legal documents on behalf of your LLC. Things like government notices, tax documents, and legal summons if someone ever takes action against your business. Their job is simply to accept those documents and pass them on to you. Now, you can technically be your own registered agent, but it's probably not a good idea for 2 reasons. First, your home address becomes public record. Anyone can look up your LLC and find where you live. This is a nightmare for people who value privacy. Second, if you're traveling or you move and you miss an important legal document, that can become a problem real fast. If you live outside the US, you're required to use a professional registered agent service anyway, because you need someone with a physical US address in the state where your LLC is registered. Taylor Brands includes registered agent service in their packages, so this gets handled automatically. I'll show you how this works in a couple of minutes. Now let me walk you through everything that happens after you file, so you know exactly what to expect. After your LLC is formed, there are a few more things you need to take care of before your business is fully operational. First is your operating agreement. This is the internal rulebook for your LLC. It outlines ownership percentages, how profits and losses are divided, what happens if a member wants to leave, and how decisions get made. Even if you're running your channel completely solo, having an operating agreement makes your LLC look legitimate to banks, sponsors, and platforms. It also reinforces the legal separation between you and your business, which is exactly what protects you. After that, you need your EIN number. Think of it as your business's social security number. You need it to open a business bank account, pay contractors properly, receive payments from AdSense and sponsors under your LLC, and file your taxes. Getting one is completely free through the IRS website at irs.gov. It takes about 10 minutes, and you'll receive your EIN instantly. Just make sure you go directly through the official IRS website, because there are a lot of third-party sites that will try to charge you for something that is completely free. Keep a copy of your EIN confirmation letter somewhere safe, because you'll need it repeatedly. Once you have your EIN, you can connect it to your YouTube AdSense account and update your payment details so that revenue flows directly to your LLC instead of to you personally. This is a key step that most creators skip entirely. You'll also want to stay on top of your ongoing compliance requirements. Depending on the state you form in, you'll need to file an annual or biennial report and pay a small renewal fee to keep your LLC in good standing. Missing these deadlines can result in penalties or your LLC being dissolved by the state without you even realizing it. So put these dates in your calendar right now so you don't forget. Now, the part that you've been waiting for. A step-by-step walkthrough on setting up your LLC using Taylor Brands. If you want to follow along, there's a link below. For this video, I will assume you want to set up your LLC in Wyoming, which is what I would recommend for most people outside of the US who run a YouTube business. First, go to the Taylor Brands Wyoming LLC formation page and click the Get Started button. The website will ask you to enter your desired LLC name. Your business name must be unique, different from other businesses registered in the state you chose earlier, and it must include one of the approved designators like LLC or Limited Liability Company. Taylor Brands automatically checks whether your name is available in your chosen state before moving forward. Next, you'll be asked to describe industry. You can choose media. Next, Taylor Brands will show you different packages to choose from. Since we're trying to set up an LLC today, pick the LLC formation option and continue. Now select business name and click Next. Enter your first and last name and a valid phone number and click Next. Now you'll see the option to get your EIN number. As I mentioned, an EIN is extremely important for your business. It's required to open a business bank account, file taxes, hire employees, and manage your company professionally. Select Get My EIN to protect my identity and click Next. Now on this page, you'll see the LLC Compliance Service option. This service helps ensure your business stays compliant with state regulations by handling important requirements like annual report filings and maintaining your company's good standing. It lets you focus on growing your business while the compliance tasks are managed for you. Select Keep My LLC Compliant and click Next. Now you'll be asked about creating an operating agreement. An operating agreement is a very important legal document that establishes the rules, ownership structure, responsibilities, and management of your business. Unless you have a specific reason for not having one, select Get My Operating Agreement and click Next. After that, you'll see the banking section where they ask whether you already have a business bank account or would like to open one. I'm about to show you how to set up your own business bank account. You don't need to do it through Taylor Brands. Just click I don't need an account and click Next. Now you should be on the Checkout and Review page. Make sure you look through it carefully to make sure all the information is correct. Spending a couple of minutes double-checking everything can save you from annoying revisions later on. Once everything looks good, continue to the payment section. You can pay through PayPal or a regular debit or credit card. Whatever works for you. Once you complete the payment, your LLC application will be submitted successfully. Make sure to check your email regularly for any updates from Taylor Brands. Now it's time to set up a business bank account. It's legally required to keep your LLC separate from you, but it also provides lots of other benefits. If you've never tried to run a YouTube business through a regular bank, you might not realize how bad it gets. Let me paint you a picture. You've got your team, editor in the Philippines, thumbnail designer in Pakistan, scriptwriter in Eastern Europe. You're paying all of them every 2 weeks. You open up Chase or Bank of America and start sending wire transfers. You're looking at $25 to $45 in fees per transfer. And the exchange rate your bank gives you is usually 2 to 4% worse than the real rate. So you're losing money twice on every single payment. If you're sending money to 5 different countries in the same week, your bank's fraud system will probably flag you. Now you're on hold with customer service explaining that no, you're not laundering money, you just have a YouTube channel. That actually happened to me. My bank treated me like an actual criminal. Then there's the currency problem. If you've set up your US LLC and created a new AdSense account through it, Google will pay you in US dollars, which is already a significant upgrade over getting paid in a currency that isn't accepted globally. But even if sponsors pay in more recognized currencies, like British pounds or euros, you're still losing money every time you convert. And if you run multiple channels, you've got multiple income streams in different currencies, all hitting one account that was only ever designed to handle one. Every conversion costs you. Every transfer costs you. It adds up fast. AirWallex can solve all these problems. AirWallex is a business account built specifically for companies that work across borders, which is exactly what YouTube channels are. The link in the description will take you to the free sign-up page. Once you're there, you'll need your LLC name, your EIN, and your registered business address, the one on your LLC documents. The whole application takes about 10 to 15 minutes. AirWallex is a real regulated financial service, so there's an ID check. Have your LLC documents and a photo ID ready before you start. It makes the process go faster. When you log in for the first time, here's what you'll notice right away. You're not looking at one account balance. You're looking at multiple currency wallets. USD, EUR, GBP, AUD. You can hold all of them at the same time. Say a sponsor pays you in British pounds. If you're using a normal bank, you'd convert those pounds to dollars the moment they land. You take whatever rate the bank gives you that day, good or bad. With Airwallex, you hold the GBP. You wait for a better rate. Or even better, you pay your UK-based contractor directly in pounds from that same wallet, so there's no conversion at all. Over the course of a year, on a channel doing real volume, that adds up to a lot of money staying in your pocket. Next, paying your team. Click Transfers on the left-hand side of your main dashboard. When you open the Transfers section, you will see two available options: New Transfer and Batch Transfer. Batch transfer is designed for businesses that need to send payments to multiple team members, employees, contractors, or suppliers at the same time. Instead of entering each payment manually, you can upload a spreadsheet or payment file containing all recipient details, including names, bank account information, and payment amounts. Airwallex will process the file and help manage the payments efficiently. The second option is New Transfer, which allows you to send an individual payment. Click New Transfer to continue. You will then be asked whether you want to pay an existing recipient or add a new recipient. If the recipient has already been added to your account, simply select Existing Recipient and choose them from the list. If you are sending money to someone for the first time, click New Recipient. Next, Airwallex will ask how you would like to send the payment. You will typically see the following options: Domestic Bank Transfer, Bill Payment, International Bank Transfer, Airwallex Transfer. Choose the option that best matches your payment needs. If you are sending money to a recipient within the same country, I will select Domestic Bank Transfer and proceed to the next step, where we will enter the recipient's banking details and payment information. Enter the transfer amount in the amount field. In this example, enter 1,000 Canadian dollars. Verify that the currency is set to Canadian dollars. Under Transfer, leave the payment timing as Immediately. In the Recipient Type section, select Business if the payment is being sent to a company. Select Individual if the payment is being sent to a personal bank account. Under Transfer Method, ensure EFT, Electronic Funds Transfer, is selected. Review the transfer details and confirm the amount, currency, recipient type, and transfer method are correct. Click Continue. On the Recipient Information page, enter the beneficiary's banking details. In the Financial Institution Number field, search for and select the beneficiary's bank, or enter the 3-digit institution number provided by the beneficiary. In the Transit Number field, enter the beneficiary's 5-digit branch transit number. In the Bank Account Number field, enter the beneficiary's bank account number exactly as provided. In the Name of Account Holder field, enter the full legal name of the account holder exactly as it appears on the bank statement. If you would like to save this recipient for future payments, leave Add this recipient to your contacts checked. Once all required information has been entered, click Continue. Once the details have been verified, read and accept any applicable declarations or terms. Click Create. After the transfer is submitted, you can monitor its status from the transfer's dashboard. As you can see, Airwallex lets you send money to bank accounts in over 150 countries. For example, if you wanted to pay your virtual assistant in the Philippines in their local currency, you can easily do that. Airwallex will use the interbank exchange rate, which is the real rate without hidden fees. The same rate you would see if you Google USD to PHP right now. So if you're paying your VA $400 for the month, you type in their bank details, the amount, select Philippine peso as the destination currency, and hit send. Your VA gets pesos in their account. For contractors you pay regularly, you can save their details. Next month's payment will take less than 30 seconds. Now let's look at virtual cards, which you can create right inside your Airwallex dashboard. On the card type page, you will see two card options available in Airwallex. Option 1. Company Card, Virtual. Select Company Card if the card will be used for marketing campaigns, online advertising spend, software subscriptions, supplier payments, shared business expenses. This is a virtual card and can be shared with up to 3 card contacts if required. To proceed, click on Company Card and continue to the next step. On the company card details page, complete the following information to create a new virtual company card. In the card contacts field, search for and select up to 3 users who should have access to this card. You can search by name or email address. Open the card purpose dropdown and select the most appropriate purpose for the card, such as marketing and advertising, software subscriptions, supplier payments, business operations, other business expenses. In the card nickname field, enter a recognizable name for the card. For example, marketing team, card Facebook ads, card software subscription, card vendor payments, card. This helps identify the card easily when managing multiple cards. Single-use card. If you want the card to be used for only one transaction, select the single-use card checkbox. Leave this unchecked if the card will be used for recurring or multiple transactions. Spending limit. In the amount field, enter the maximum spending limit for the card. Select the preferred currency from the currency dropdown. In this example, CAD is selected. Once you added all details, click Create, and your card will be created. The use case for YouTube automation is really specific and really useful. Let's say your scriptwriter needs to buy stock footage for an upcoming video. With a normal bank, you've got 2 bad options. Give them access to your real account, or pay them back later and hope they keep receipts. With Airwallex, you create a virtual card with a $200 limit, assign it to them, and that's it. They spend what they need. You see every transaction in real time. When the job's done, you turn the card off. Your main account details stay private the whole time. You can do this for every budget line. 1 card for editing tools, 1 for ad spend, and 1 for freelancers. You stop guessing where money went because it's all tracked by card right there in the dashboard. Airwallex also makes it really easy to receive money. When you sign up, Airwallex gives you local bank account details in multiple currencies, a US bank account number and routing number, a UK sort code, and others depending on your needs. What this means practically is that when you set up your AdSense payment in Google, you put in your Airwallex US routing and account numbers. AdSense pays your business account directly. Same for sponsorships, affiliate programs, Patreon, whatever. Everything hits one place, even if the currencies are different. The Explore plan is completely free, no strings attached. There are no monthly fees and no cost per user, which is why I recommend starting with this free plan to keep your business expenses low. Even though it's free, you still get multi-currency business accounts, corporate cards with 0 international fees, expense management, domestic and international bill payments, invoicing, and integrations with Xero and QuickBooks. You also earn 3.07% on any USD you hold in your account. If your business grows and you need more advanced features, you can always upgrade to one of the paid plans. For now, go with the free plan and send your next payment through Airwallex to get a feel for the platform and how it works. So that's everything you need to set up an LLC and business bank account for your YouTube business. Airwallex already has the free plan, and I'm working on getting you guys a special discount with Taylor brands as well. If I manage to lock one in, I'll update the link in the description, so make sure to use that link if you want to save some money. Thanks for watching.